Hey everyone, Presito here. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys some super pro alpha when it comes to investing in private sales and pre-sales as early as possible. So if you've been following my YouTube channel for a long time, you'll know that my main focus with this channel is bringing to your attention pre-sales and private sales as early as possible and good quality ones. And in 2020 and 2021, the market was so insane that it was basically risk-free investing in the good private sales. And you'd make insane gains, easily 50x plus. So if you just put $1,000 in a private sale, you'd easily get your initial out on the first batch, and then every month release after that, you'd make free gains. So it's really a dream investment when the market is bullish. The only thing is, when the market is bullish, it's pretty much impossible to get into these sales unless you are a top tier VC, top tier influencer, and so on. But there's still a possibility for you guys to get into them if you find it early enough and contact them and reach out and get into it as early as possible, basically. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys tools on how to do that and how to find quality ones as early as possible. And also keep in mind, since it is a bear market right now, it's even easier to get in early into these projects. Obviously, it's harder for the projects to do well. But if we go into a bull market and you invested in these in the bear market, those will be super pro gains and you'll have got into it. Meanwhile, others can't, because when the bull market comes, it's much tougher, like I said. So anyways, let's have a look at this VC tier list that has been created. And it's actually really accurate in my opinion. You can see here the tiers, Chad, then tier 1, 1.5, 2, 2.53, and then you get the really terrible VCs and the blacklisted ones, which are just terrible. And you can see, for example, Ductile's rated 1 in terms of diamond hands. That's basically how long they're willing to hold the token. So if they're rated 1, it means they have a history of just dumping it immediately. So, you know, if they're one of the lead investors, you don't want to be in that project. Same as these other ones. But then you get the really diamond hands, like these 10 out of 10s, which hold it super long and they're not going to dump on you. So you can be safe with that. You can see what value they add to the projects, for example, links with exchanges and things like that. And then their brand name, just how well known they are and popular, where A16Z is 10 out of 10 and so on. So it's a really good list of investors and really useful to have this tool. So first up, let's go to DropsTab.com. So on this website, what you're going to want to do is go to coins, ICO ROI, and here you want to find a token that has performed well from its ICO price in terms of USD ROI. Obviously, you don't want to find Ethereum or BNB or those, because those are from long ago, not so relevant. You want to find a recent one that performed well, that is worth looking into for more information. So here we can see GMT. We can see this is still up 22x. So let's have a look at GMT. So here we're going to have the goal of finding VCs which invested in this and find out which other projects these VCs are investing in and see if it's early enough for us to also get into it. So we can see here, step in GMT. So basically we're just going to copy that. And then we're going to go to cryptofundraising.info and just paste with the token in here. So let's see. So here we can see step in and all the fundraising info with regards to it. We can see it was raised in Jan 2022, 5 million seed round. You can even click on the details of that seed round with the article. And you can see here the lead investors in that, the project category as well, and all the links. So let's have a look at some of the investors. You can see Alameda Research, not interested obviously, but you can see here there was Morningstar Ventures, Lemniscap, and some other ones that stick out to me. So let's have a look at Lemniscap and Morningstar. So if we go to Lemniscap, we can see an overview of their funds and what they've invested in recently. We can see they invested into this sort seed round, and raise was 3.5 million total. And we can see other investors in this project of sort. To be honest, none of these other names really stand out that much, but what you can even do is search them on this crypto tier list. So here you can go to, let's see, for example, Alliance, see if they are on this list. It doesn't look like it. There's this DeFi Alliance, but I don't think it's actually the same one. So I'm actually not going to look into that too much. But we can see here there is Web, which has Polychain Capital, and CMS. I'm sure those are on this list. Let's see, CMS. Yes, we can see that is a tier 2, and we can see the stats here. So it looks like Web might be a project worth looking into. And even, for example, here, Astria, we can have a look at their investors. We can see Delphi Digital, that's a very familiar VC name. So if we search Delphi, we can see that's actually also tier 2. So that's a way to find the projects quite early, but let's check out Morningstar Ventures. I know they've invested in some really pro ones, and we can see here what they've invested in recently too. We can see this Fair Protocol. So let's see who's invested in this one too. We can see Quansamp, Spark. Spark actually also sounds very familiar. Let's see if we can find Spark, which we can see here, which is a tier 3 one, not too pro. But then if you want to reach out to this Fair Protocol, obviously I didn't find ones here that are maybe too worth reaching out to, but actually here I see Hashed on this Avalon, and Coinbase Ventures, Merit Circle. There's some really strong names here. So let's have a look at Avalon actually, because that sounds pretty pro. So let's say, for example, we want to reach out now to Avalon. So we go to their Twitter. Unfortunately, we can't actually reach out to them because they disabled that. But we can go to their website. We can have a look at their team on their website. So we can see here, this is the list of all their team members. And a lot of them have Twitter links. So we can see this guy's Twitter link. He has his own website, but he also can't be DM'd. But I'm sure if you go to his website, maybe you can find some contact info there. Let's see who else is. Okay, art director is not going to be useful for trying to connect. Let's see this guy. Also no linked, no info. You can go to their LinkedIn as well and reach out to them. But you can see there's multiple ways to reach out to the projects to try get in early. For example, this one, you can just find them through Twitter or LinkedIn and send them a message and try to get into the project. So that's one way of finding these projects early. And it's really, really useful, I must say, and really cool to see which projects VCs are investing in at the moment. So next up, we're going to go to CryptoRank. This is also another really useful website to see what funding rounds have been done recently. If you go to funding rounds, then you can see which ones have happened recently. Here you can see CryptoQuant, 6th of July, they raised 6.5 million in their Series A round. You can see a Spectre. You can see all the different projects which have raised recently, and you can see who are the funds and investors too. So the super site, you can see they had a pre-seed round of $1 million. Animoca Brands is there. Let's see who else is there. Those names don't seem too pro, but let's see. Web3 Go, Binance Labs invested, Hashkey, NGC Ventures, Sumo Capital. Those seem like really, really big names. Big Brain Holdings too. So if we go here, let's see if Big Brain is there. That's not there. Hashkey was there. So yeah, Hashkey is tier 1.5. That's a really pro VC. So that makes you think, okay, this Web3 Go seems pro. So I want to go check that page out. I'm going to go to their website. I'm going to go to their Twitter. They even have a Telegram that's super pro. Then you can open in Telegram and just message them through there. And we can see on Twitter here, you can DM them. So you can just send them a message and say, okay, I would like to invest. I'm willing to offer this of value. Obviously, you always need to have value add to projects. They're not just going to let everyone invest, but it's definitely worthwhile trying. So I'm personally actually going to reach out to this one now that I found, because that looks really pro with really pro investors. Then, yeah, this is just their website. Then another website that's really pro is this Airtable. It's basically the same as what I was going through now on CryptoRank, but here you can also see recent rounds, and you can even see Web3 Go is also here. So it's pretty much very similar in terms of who is on here. But if there is any missing there, it's worthwhile checking this out to see who's on here. Then lastly, what's also a really, really valuable tool is twitterscore.io. So this is actually super cool and very valuable to find contacts and who to follow to stay up to date. So for example, I took here Paradigm and I searched them on here. Simple as that, you find Paradigm. So here you can see their overview and you can see their top followers. Here you can sort by anything pretty much. You can sort by which projects are following them. So if you can see recent projects that follow them for whatever reason, that could be something to look into. You can see what VCs follow them. You can see which influencers as well, and founders. So founders is what's probably the most interesting, because here it's founders of projects or VCs and so on. So if we look through here and try to see who could be interesting to look at. So Here, for example, Ryan Salkos from Mesari Crypto. So if we have a look at his profile now, we can see also his top followers, his friendship history. So top followers, we can also see the same thing basically. So you can also go through that. But if we have a look at his friendship history, this is where it gets interesting. We can see who he followed and unfollowed. And obviously if a VC and a founder and CEO of a VC follows a project, it's not going to be for no reason. It's because obviously there's interest in that project. So that's a good way to find early projects too. If we have a look at his friendship history and see who he has followed recently, we can go through. We can see he recently followed Orion Protocol, for example, just one random one. So we can go to Orion Protocol and let's go to their Twitter page. So we can see they actually joined 2018. It's a first decentralized gateway to crypto. Let's see what they are talking about. We can see here Orion Protocol tweeted this: potential projects for the next bull run on Phantom. And it looks like that Orion is there. Actually, yes, they are. So it looks like it's a pre-sale potentially or private sale coming up on a Phantom. And if you have a look through their Twitter, you can find more information. And obviously, if this person from that really big VC is following them, maybe it's worth sending them a message. Pop them a DM, check their website, find their founders, and message them. So that's a really cool tool as well to use to see and find projects as early as possible. And then lastly, there is this funds that was put together by Rickler.ethereum, where it's all basically VCs. For example, I mean, if you click on 51 members here, you can see all the VCs that it's part of. And these are all solid ones, quite higher tier as per that list. So you can see what they're talking about at the moment. Obviously, once they start tweeting and retweeting projects, you're probably too late because then everyone sees it and gets into it. But it's still a valuable tool to follow, see who maybe they're following and so on. But this tool, I think, is quite a bit better to see who they followed recently, because they're going to follow them before they start talking about them, obviously. So these are all different tools to hopefully help you guys find private sales and pre-sales as early as possible. I'm definitely going to be using these tools, and I think they're super valuable. Definitely join my Telegram if you want to find out more about getting into private sales early and chatting about it and just finding them in general. I always talk about it there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed it. I always would appreciate that. I see most viewers are actually not subscribed, which is a pity, but if you would like to subscribe, obviously I'd super appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.